You Can't See Me, John Cena's debut album available.
John Cena.
What's up, guys? It's Adam here, aka Anti-Cena Guy, coming at you with your Wrestlepalooza review of 2025. Okay show, there was a few dibs and dabs here and there that could have been a little bit better. There were some moments that made me go a bit, why did that happen? But there you go, and I'm going to go through each match one by one and tell you what I honestly thought about it. In the first match, Brock Lesnar defeated John Cena, and this was like a squash match, To tell you the truth, I didn't enjoy it that much. I mean, I can understand Cena can't go like he used to, and, they're just trying to book Brock Lesnar to look like the dominant heel yet again. We're trying to build him up for future challenges and all that kind of thing, but out of all the matches John Cena and Brock Lesnar have had, this one had to be the poorest. Just saying it the way it is, everybody. I mean, it was Brock Lesnar dominating John Cena the whole time. Cena did like the FU 2 or 3 times, but it had no effect on Brock Lesnar. He even tried to do the shoulder tackle, but Brock didn't go down. But in all fairness, I've had better matches in the past. The Extreme Rules match in the PG era was 10 times more better than this. The SummerSlam that match I had for the WWE title was way better than this. Even the matches I had back in 2003 were way better than this. It was just like a squash match, you know what I mean? And to be honest, for it to be Cena and Brock for the very last time, I expected it to go longer, you know what I mean? With better wrestling. But Brock defeated John Cena with like 5 or 6 F5s. He just kept on hitting the F5 over and over and over again. And then when he got the victory, he F5'd the referee to make him look even more bad. A couple of kids were crying in the crowd because Brock Lesnar destroyed John Cena. You know what I mean? That bit was pretty funny. But, I expected it to go on a little bit longer, possibly be even more violent, like they've had in the past. And I thought with the hype and the build-up, because I was really looking forward to seeing this match because it's Brock Lesnar. You always know he's going to do something really dominating, but he didn't really do anything in this match other than just squash John Cena, but there you have it. But before this match even happened, we had a lot of time wasting with WWE advertising EPN, for the first start of the pay-per-view. So that was a little bit of a waste of time. It was okay. Next match, Bronson Reed and Bron Baker defeated the Usos with LA Knight as the special guest referee. Okay, I guess. I felt a little bit sorry for one of the Usos. I can't remember if it was Jimmy or Jay. I think it was Jimmy. He got busted open, so we saw some blood at this pay-per-view. But from what I read, it wasn't meant to happen, and now he's got a concussion, and I hope the guy makes a speedy recovery. But the match itself was just there. I mean, Paul Heyman was at ringside, and yeah, Paul Heyman did do Brock Lesnar's announcement, so that's why they had that segment on SmackDown, where he says, we need to talk. So that's obviously what it was about. Brock Lesnar's now united himself with Paul Heyman yet again. I mean, Bronson Reed and Bron Baker, they did a good job as being the heel tag team. There was a little bit of arguments about the steel chair, LA Knight didn't care because he didn't want Bronson Reed and Bron Baker to win, so he let the Usos use the chair on them. There was a little bit of an alteration, where the Usos were going to hit LA Knight with the chair, but Yeah, Bronson Reed and Bron Baker picked up the victory. It was an okay tag match. You know, it wasn't amazing, but it was just okay. Now, this match, possibly the best match of the night. Stephanie Bankier defeated Io Sky to become the new Women's World Champion. And this was a pretty good match. But what I liked about this match was Stephanie's ass. You know, she was hot in this match. She come out looking like the devil. You know, and this had some great wrestling. There was some good flips. There was some good moves off the top ropes. I thought Io Sky was going to win this, but I was wrong. I mean, I was so impressed by by Stephanie's finisher at the end. I don't know what it's called, but it's some sort of flip off the top turnbuckle, and it was executed really perfectly. So it just goes to prove that Stephanie was worthy of being a women's world champion. You know, so don't know how her reign's going to be, but hopefully it will be a good one. But you know, when someone's wrestling Io Sky, you know you're gonna have a great match, because Io Sky is possibly the best women's wrestler in WWE today, possibly. You know, but both of these women put on a great wrestling match, and I really enjoyed it. But Stephanie's ass, man, it was so hot. You know what I mean? Glad the women are hardly wearing anything again. You know what I mean? Just like, well, it's not like the Ruthless Aggression era where they was in bikinis. I miss all that stuff, but still, great match. Now, this match I had mixed emotions about. Punk and AJ defeated Seth Rollins and Becky. This was like good for shits and giggles, you know what I mean? But it wasn't the best wrestling match in the world, not at least in my opinion. I mean, there were scenes where Becky was slapping CM Punk. AJ was in the ring slapping Seth Rollins and Becky with her arms waving around like that. Looked kind of stupid, but you know, that's what happened. AJ was like waving all her arms around, trying to be crazy, and it looked very botchy. I mean, the move I did on the announce table looked kind of weird as well, where Becky Lynch threw AJ to CM Punk and Seth Rollins, and all three of them went crashing through a table. There was a part where AJ Lee put the Black Widow on Seth Rollins. I mean, AJ picked up the victory for the team by making Becky Lynch tap out, you know, but the match was weird. I don't know what to say about this match. I mean, it wasn't like an amazing mixed tag team match, you know, because, like I say, I was expecting some great wrestling, you know, but this match was for shits and giggles, you know. It was like more of like funny, more than entertaining, if you get what I mean. It wasn't the best match, and it was okay, but it looked very botchy in some areas, like when AJ Lee did the curb stomp, and there was pedigrees being executed, GTS is being executed. You know, there were scenes where AJ was having moments with CM Punk. I mean, AJ was having moments with Seth Rollins, and Becky Lynch was having moments with CM Punk. It kind of looked all over the place, but it was okay. You know, to be honest, I didn't love it that much, but there you go. And in the main event, Cody Rhodes defeated Drew McIntyre to retain the title. Again, okay. You know, it was okay. Cody Rhodes has had better title matches against other people. I mean, it would have been nice to see Drew McIntyre win the title, but it's a bit early for Cody Rhodes to drop the belt just yet. I mean, there was... Drew McIntyre was like going to kick Cody Rhodes' head off, but Cody Rhodes missed and his foot went through the announce table, pretending that his knee was hurt. And that's what cost him the match, basically. You know, the foot through the table. Again, it was okay. You know, I like Cody Rhodes and I like Drew McIntyre, but the match wasn't like the greatest WWE title match of all time. So, what was nice about this pay-per-view was seeing The Undertaker. He made an appearance and he said that Stephanie McMahon's going to be the first inductee into the 2026 Hall of Fame. That was nice to see. But again, there was a lot of time wasting at the start with the advertising with EPN. The Usos wasted a bit of time during their entrance through the crowd. Again, we got a squash match for an opening, which I thought would have lasted a bit longer, you know, with some more great wrestling. The mixed tag match was kind of like floppy and all over the place, but the pay-per-view overall was just like okay. I won't watch it again. It's not something like I'd rewatch again on Netflix, or it's not even a pay per view that I'd consider owning. But it was okay. Wrestlepalooza, not the best one I've seen, you know, but that's just the way it is. Anyway, there's your review, everybody. So, Wrestlepalooza, it was kind of suckish, you know. Some good matches, but there's been better pay-per-views than this. So, that's all I've got to say. Well, thanks for watching this, everybody. I'm off now to go to bed because I've got work at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm really exhausted. And just got done watching Wrestlepalooza so I can do this review for you. So, there you have it. Okay, thanks everyone, and thanks for watching this. I'm out. Peace out, everyone. Good night.